Another candidate has launched his Republican presidential campaign. Former New Jersey governor and 2016 presidential hopeful Chris Christie started his 2024 campaign with a dig against the frontrunner.
And Donald Trump made us smaller by dividing us even further and pitting one group against another, different groups pitted against different groups every day.
Christie announced his candidacy Tuesday night in New Hampshire. Trump's former 2016 opponent turned ally turned foe is now his opponent yet again, and this time he says he means it. While Christie did not make it far in 2016, he still had an impact on the race. During a debate in New Hampshire, Christie pressured Senator Marco Rubio repeatedly, unsettling his rival, who responded by repeating the same answer.
That's what Washington, D.C. does. The drive-by shot at the beginning with incorrect and incomplete information, and then the memorized 25-second speech that is exactly what his advisors gave him.
Christie has all but promised he will seek to do to Trump what he did on his behalf by quickening Rubio's exit from the race. CBS News political correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns joins me now. Caitlin, what exactly is Christie trying to accomplish?
Hey, John, good to be with you from New Hampshire. Christie just announced his presidential campaign here in New Hampshire, and that's really where he's going to be spending the bulk of his time, because to answer your question, he feels like there is a lane in New Hampshire, especially among independent voters, who have either soured on the former president, never liked him to begin with, and want to turn the page. I talked to several voters inside at Christie's events, all of whom were described themselves as independents, saying that they didn't want to support Trump. Some of them didn't in 2016 or 2020, and were looking for someone new to be able to get behind. Christie is also betting that he can kind of be that street fighter that he's always kind of built his political brand on, and this time take it to Donald Trump. The challenge, of course, for him, however, is that he has to explain that evolution that you just described. And his campaign says that he will be honest with people about it, hold himself accountable. But a bulk of his speech just now was really focused on character. He said character matters, and you would appreciate this, of course, as someone who has chronicled presidencies. He went through past presidents that he had admired and, talking about the power of the presidency in terms of character. So we'll see whether there's an appetite for any of that. He's really positioning himself as the toughest Trump critic in this race. But among the Republican Party base, Trump still maintains control. And also, voters in other states are wanting someone who reflects Donald Trump's policies, even if they don't like his character.
A tough challenge to cite character when you were one of the people who swept aside those character concerns earlier. So that's one of his hurdles. The second hurdle is, are they listening? You mentioned there's some independents there, but they're shopping around. There are a lot of alternatives. Did you get the idea that they, while they might have been anti-Trump, are they pro-Christie?
That's a good question, and the answer was no, or at least not yet. The voters that I was talking to said that they had come because New Hampshire is a place that you can actually do this sort of thing, right? Sit in a room, meet the candidate, ask the candidate questions, really vet them face to face and pretty intensely. So all of the voters that I spoke to tonight said that they were very open-minded, that they wanted to hear what Christie had to say, but they were also open to others. So we'll see whether he is able to make this play. He's betting on a lot of earned media coverage, and another challenge for him will be making that debate stage where there's a donor requirement, a polling requirement, and a pledge to support the eventual nominee. And of course, Christie has said that he will not support Donald Trump. So we'll see whether he makes that debate stage where he wants to make that contrast with Trump face to face.
Caitlin Huey-Burns in New Hampshire with the newly announced Chris Christie. Thank you.